Good afternoon. I'm Ashley, and I'm conducting an interview for Process Operator with Mr. Jared O'Neill. I have a set of 10 questions. Feel free to give me answers. You ready to start?
Yes, I'm ready to start again.
What is the biggest misconception people have about you?
Yeah, I have no emotions. Like, I'm an emotionless person, which it's very not true.
Okay. How do you handle working with someone you know does not like you?
I'm working with them fine. You know, at the end of the day, we got a job to do. I can't let little tasks or little dust ups between me and a coworker affect my job and my job performance.
Okay. Tell me about a conflict you handled poorly.
Um, Not sticking to my guns, letting people control me in a situation to where, you know, I could have really messed up a lot of things that I have going, and really just not thinking and just reacting instead of doing what I normally do and just remain calm and let it go. But I didn't. So,
Okay. Describe a time you were professionally overwhelmed. How did you respond?
um, I said I don't get overwhelmed a lot. Like, especially at work, you always got somebody looking at you, and that's feeding off of your energy. So once you become this overwhelmed person, it's like it just sucks into the next person. It's like, oh well, I don't want to do. No, you just gotta stay cool, calm, and collected, no matter how tall the task is, and you just gotta knock it out. Because being overwhelmed not gonna get the task done.
Okay. What is the most unprofessional thing you have ever done?
Cussing out a coworker, me being the supervisor and cussing out the subordinate instead of staying professional.
Okay. Why do you feel you can handle the workload of a process operator?
Like, studying, repetitions, you know, it's nothing that, you know, God's gonna put before me that I can't handle. So he wouldn't allow me to finish my degree if he knew that I couldn't go into that field and succeed. So with that being said, you know, whatever they throw at me, I'm built for it. I'm built to handle it.
Okay. What makes you consider yourself to be a leader?
Um, First we're gonna start off with integrity. You have to have some type of integrity. Um, being a person of action. You know, not being scared to go back to ground zero where you started from, just because you promoted out of that position. You know, you gotta go get your hands dirty sometimes. And when people see that you're not too good to do the job that you promoted from, they follow you. You know, being a good communicator, not lying. You know, not everything is gonna be yes. You know, and sometimes you just gotta tell people the truth. You know, especially in corrections. You know, that yes, and you can't. You know, you be like, oh, I'll see. You know, that's the best answer to give somebody is I'll see, instead of yes or no or let me think about it, because they're gonna hold you to it.
Okay. Why did you leave your last job?
Ooh, the good Lord said, Jared, it is time for you to go. I am about to elevate you as a person. And yes, we all have setbacks, and 12 and a half years at that place was enough for the good Lord. And he said, hey, I'm giving you your walking papers. You gotta go. You gotta do something better with your life. You gotta become a better person. You know, like I said, I'm still on that journey of trying to become a better person. So, and staying in that atmosphere, I don't believe that, you know, that would have worked out in my favor.
Okay. What is a professional regret you have?
None. I guess, like, regrets are lessons. You know, it sharpens things that you need to correct as a person. Um, so either you're gonna learn from them or you're not. You know, you're gonna stay stagnant. You just use those downfalls as, you know, life lessons, and use it as motivation to not do that again. Or you never know who you may run across that, you know, or is going through that same thing that you went through. So you can use that as, hey, well, you know, I did this and I did that. And it might motivate them.
Okay. And for my last question, if your supervisor made a decision that you did not agree with, what would you do?
As professionally as you can, you have to, depending on what the task is. Let's start there. If it's against policy, then you do what the policy says. If it's not against policy, then and it's a shortcut, you just need to professionally tell them, hey, that's not a good idea. You know, X, Y, and Z may happen, and I don't feel comfortable doing it that way. And if he continues or she continues to tell you to do it, go above their head. Because at the end of the day, it's your job that's at risk. You know, they're not going to pay your bills.
Okay.
And sure not going to fly your wife or your husband out the country.
Okay. All right. Well, this concludes our interview for today.